Hello, friends. If you're curious about the movie Mufasa, The Lion King, 2024, you're in the perfect place. Don't forget to give this video a quick like, it really helps us out. And if you're new here, hit subscribe to stay updated on all the latest movie deep dives. Let's jump right in. Mufasa, The Lion King is one of the most anticipated movies of 2024. With the legacy of the original Lion King from 1994 and the visually stunning remake in 2019, this prequel is set to deepen our understanding of the iconic king of Pride Rock. Directed by Jenkins, the Academy Award-winning director of Moonlight, the movie promises to be a heartfelt and cinematic exploration of Mufasa's journey to becoming the lion we all admire. Combining breathtaking visuals, emotional storytelling, and a stellar voice cast, this movie is poised to captivate audiences worldwide. The story of Mufasa has always been shrouded in mystery. How did a cub born into adversity rise to become the revered king of the Pride Lands? The movie invites us to walk in Mufasa's pawprints, tracing his steps from his early struggles to his destiny as a leader. In an exciting new twist, Mufasa, The Lion King introduces new characters who shape his journey while connecting beautifully to the world we've come to love. Imagine a cub, orphaned and left to survive in the wild savanna, learning lessons from every harsh moment and every fleeting joy. The movie opens with Mufasa as a vulnerable cub, filled with determination to find his place in the world. His encounters with other animals, some kind-hearted and others adversarial, shape his character, molding him into the wise and courageous lion we remember. At the heart of the story is Mufasa's unwavering belief in the circle of life, a philosophy that becomes his guiding principle. However, this belief is not handed to him. It's forged through trials that test his courage, empathy, and resilience. In one particularly striking sequence, we see Mufasa face off against a powerful rival determined to claim the Pride Lands for himself. Their clashes are not just physical but ideological, raising the stakes and adding layers of depth to the narrative. The movie cleverly uses flashbacks and moments of reflection to intertwine Mufasa's story with scenes featuring Rafiki, Timon, and Pumbaa. These beloved characters provide context and humor, offering insights into Mufasa's legacy and the impact of his leadership. As Rafiki recounts the tales of young Mufasa to Simba and his pride, audiences are reminded of the enduring wisdom and courage that defined his reign. One of the most thrilling aspects of Mufasa, The Lion King, is its exploration of the Pride Lands themselves. The lush landscapes, teeming with life, are more than just a backdrop, they're an active participant in the story. From the sunlit savannas to the shadowy edges of the outlands, every setting carries symbolic weight, reflecting Mufasa's inner journey. And let's not forget the emotional core of the movie. Themes of family, identity, and destiny are woven throughout the narrative. Mufasa's relationship with his mentors, his bond with his pride, and his internal struggle to reconcile his past with his future make for a deeply moving experience. In one of the film's standout moments, Mufasa confronts a storm, both literal and metaphorical, that threatens to destroy everything he holds dear. This powerful sequence is a testament to his resolve and his understanding of what it means to be a leader. As the story unfolds, secrets about the Pride Lands are revealed, tying into the broader lore of the Lion King. These twists not only enrich the narrative but also challenge viewers to see the familiar world through a new lens. Mufasa, The Lion King is not just a story of survival, it's a celebration of growth, resilience, and the enduring power of hope. With every roar, every challenge, and every triumph, Mufasa's journey reminds us why he became the lion that inspired generations. If you're ready to witness a cinematic masterpiece that blends heart, adventure, and breathtaking visuals, this movie is one you won't want to miss. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the world of Mufasa, The Lion King, exploring its themes, characters, and the magic behind its creation. The sun rises over the vast Pride Lands, casting its golden light across the savanna and signaling the beginning of a tale unlike any other. The opening moments of Mufasa, The Lion King, 2024, draw us into a world that feels both familiar and new, as the story begins to unravel the early life of the lion who would one day become the revered king. We first meet Mufasa as a young cub, wide-eyed and full of curiosity, but his world is far from the idyllic image we might imagine. Orphaned at a tender age, he is left to fend for himself in a harsh and unforgiving wilderness. The savanna is teeming with life, but it is also filled with danger, and survival is anything but guaranteed for a lone cub. This is not the Pride Lands as we know it, but a harsher, more chaotic version, where every day brings a new challenge. In these early scenes, the film captures Mufasa's vulnerability and determination. His tiny paws tread cautiously through tall grasses as he learns to navigate a world that often feels too big for him. The filmmakers use stunning visuals to highlight the vastness of the savanna, emphasizing Mufasa's smallness in a world that seems to conspire against him. Each frame is a visual feast, from the golden hues of the sunlit plains to the deep shadows of the outlands, where danger always lurks just out of sight. Mufasa's journey takes a pivotal turn when he encounters a group of animals living on the fringes of the Pride Lands. These outcasts, each with their own scars and stories, take him in reluctantly, recognizing his potential but wary of the trouble that often follows a lion cub. Among them is a wise and weary antelope named Kibo, whose sharp wit and tough-love attitude provide a stark contrast to Mufasa's youthful idealism. Kibo becomes an unexpected mentor, teaching Mufasa the ways of survival while imparting life lessons that will stay with him forever. Their bond is both heartwarming and complicated, as Kibo pushes Mufasa to grow while struggling with his own past wounds. Through their interactions, we see Mufasa begin to develop the traits that will define him as a leader: empathy, courage, and an unshakable belief in the circle of life. As Mufasa grows stronger and more confident, he starts to carve out a place for himself among the outcasts. But this newfound sense of belonging is soon threatened by the arrival of a rival group led by a cunning and power-hungry lion named Taka. Unlike Mufasa, Taka is older, more experienced, and utterly ruthless. His presence introduces a new layer of tension to the story, as Mufasa is forced to confront not only external threats but also his own insecurities. The filmmakers masterfully build suspense as Taka's influence begins to spread, sowing discord among the outcasts and challenging Mufasa's burgeoning leadership. The conflict between the two lions is not just a physical battle but an ideological one, as they represent opposing visions of what it means to lead. Taka's philosophy of domination and fear stands in stark contrast to Mufasa's emerging belief in harmony and balance, setting the stage for a clash that feels inevitable yet deeply personal. Amidst these growing tensions, Mufasa stumbles upon a hidden oasis, a breathtaking sanctuary filled with lush vegetation, sparkling waters, and a tranquility that feels almost magical. This discovery becomes a turning point in the story, offering Mufasa a glimpse of what the Pride Lands could be if order and balance were restored. The oasis is not just a physical refuge but a symbol of hope and possibility, and it inspires Mufasa to dream of a better future. However, peace is short-lived, as Taka's ambitions bring devastation to the outcasts' fragile community. In a heart-wrenching sequence, the group is forced to flee their home, scattering across the savanna as Taka consolidates his power. This moment is a stark reminder of the stakes at play, and it pushes Mufasa to confront the harsh realities of leadership. He begins to realize that being a leader is not just about strength but about making sacrifices and standing up for what is right, even when it comes at great personal cost. The first half of the film ends on a poignant note, as Mufasa finds himself at a crossroads. He stands on the edge of the oasis, gazing out at the vast savanna, his heart heavy with the weight of his choices. The lessons he has learned, the bonds he has formed, and the trials he has endured all come together to shape the lion he is becoming. The journey is far from over, but the seeds of greatness have been sown, and the promise of what lies ahead is both thrilling and uncertain. Through its rich storytelling, breathtaking visuals, and deeply emotional moments, Mufasa, the Lion King, draws us into a world of courage, resilience, and hope. Each scene is a testament to the power of perseverance and the enduring legacy of a lion who dared to dream of a brighter future. As the narrative unfolds, we are reminded that even the mightiest kings begin as humble cubs, and it is the journey, not the destination, that defines them. The savanna stretches endlessly before Mufasa, its golden expanse masking the turbulence beneath. As the story progresses, the stakes rise higher, pulling Mufasa into a whirlwind of challenges that will define him not only as a lion but as a future leader. The tone grows more intense, the bonds of friendship and loyalty are tested, and the lessons of courage and unity take center stage. Having tasted the burden of responsibility, Mufasa begins to embrace his role as a leader among the outcasts. However, the shadow of Taka looms larger than ever. Taka's ruthless consolidation of power has left a trail of destruction, forcing once thriving communities into chaos. The plight of the animals resonates deeply with Mufasa, awakening a sense of purpose that he had only begun to grasp. This is no longer just about survival, it is about fighting for something greater. Mufasa's leadership begins to take shape as he rallies the outcasts and other displaced animals to form a unified front. What starts as a ragtag group of misfits transforms into a community bound by shared dreams of freedom and harmony. The process is far from smooth. Doubts, disagreements, and lingering fears threaten to tear them apart, but Mufasa's growing wisdom and empathy hold them together. He learns to listen, to inspire, and to lead by example, earning the trust and respect of those around him. As this newfound alliance takes root, a key revelation emerges, a link between Taka's rise to power and the fractured Pride lands. Clues point to Taka's role in exploiting the weaknesses of the ecosystem, destabilizing the balance of the circle of life for personal gain. This discovery strikes a chord with Mufasa, who realizes that the only way to restore peace is to confront Taka directly and reclaim the Pride lands as a sanctuary for all. The narrative takes an unexpected turn when Mufasa encounters a lioness named Sarabi. Her arrival adds depth and complexity to the story, as she brings both strength and vulnerability to their burgeoning relationship. Sarabi is no mere supporting character. She challenges Mufasa's views, offers valuable insights, and ultimately becomes a partner in his mission. Their bond, built on mutual respect and shared ideals, becomes a cornerstone of the story, underscoring the importance of collaboration and love in the face of adversity. As the alliance prepares to confront Taka, the tension reaches a boiling point. The final battle is not just a clash of claws and roars but a battle of ideologies. Taka's philosophy of dominance through fear collides head-on with Mufasa's vision of unity and respect for the circle of life. The filmmakers craft this confrontation with breathtaking intensity, weaving together stunning visuals, heart-pounding music, and emotionally charged performances to create a sequence that is as thrilling as it is meaningful. The turning point comes when Mufasa faces Taka in a climactic showdown. The battle is fierce and brutal, showcasing the raw power and unyielding determination of both lions. But it is not just physical strength that determines the outcome. Mufasa's growth as a leader, his ability to inspire and unite, proves to be his greatest weapon. The alliance of animals rallies behind him, their collective courage overwhelming Taka's forces and tipping the scales in Mufasa's favor. In a poignant moment, Mufasa confronts Taka, not with vengeance but with a plea for understanding. He offers Taka a chance to change, to abandon his destructive path and embrace the balance of the circle of life. Taka's response is one of defiance, but his defeat signals the end of his reign of terror. The Pride lands, battered but unbroken, begin to heal. The resolution is both triumphant and bittersweet. Mufasa emerges not only as a leader but as a symbol of hope and renewal. The Pride lands are restored to their former glory, their lush landscapes reflecting the harmony that has been reclaimed. The outcasts, once scattered and lost, find a home and a purpose, their unity a testament to the power of community and resilience. In the final moments, Mufasa stands atop Pride Rock, joined by Sarabi and the animals of the savannah. The sunrise bathes the land in golden light, symbolizing a new beginning and the promise of a brighter future. It is a moment of triumph, not just for Mufasa but for the entire circle of life. Mufasa, the Lion King, concludes with a powerful message about the journey of growth, the strength of unity, and the enduring legacy of those who dare to dream of a better world. It reminds us that even in the face of darkness, the light of hope can guide us home. The characters in Mufasa, the Lion King, 2024, are more than just figures moving through the narrative. They are the beating heart of the story, each carrying profound symbolism and contributing to the film's overarching exploration of identity, family, and leadership. The character development throughout the film is intricately tied to the themes of growth, betrayal, wisdom, and responsibility, making their arcs integral to the film's emotional depth. At the center of this journey is Mufasa, whose transformation from a young cub into the noble king of the Pride Lands is both powerful and heartwarming. Mufasa's early life is marked by loss, as he is separated from his biological parents, Masigo and Afia, by a devastating flood. This traumatic event sets the stage for his adoption into the royal family, where he becomes the son of King Obei and Queen Sarabi. Despite his status as an outsider, Mufasa's innate qualities of courage, empathy, and selflessness soon shine through. He approaches leadership not with a thirst for power, but with a sense of duty and care for the well-being of those around him. His rise to the throne is not just a political ascendancy, but a spiritual journey that echoes the themes of the circle of life. In stark contrast to Mufasa stands his adoptive brother, Taka, who later adopts the name Scar. From the outset, Taka is portrayed as a complex figure, one who is torn between his love for his family and his growing resentment toward his more charismatic and capable brother. Initially, Taka embraces Mufasa's arrival into the royal family with open arms, but as Mufasa's relationship with Sarabi strengthens and Mufasa's stature as the future king becomes undeniable, Taka's feelings of inadequacy begin to fester. His jealousy slowly builds into bitterness, and as the story progresses, his feelings evolve into a deep, destructive hatred toward Mufasa. Taka's moral decline is palpable as he becomes consumed by envy, and the rupture between the brothers leads to betrayal. His alliance with Kiros, the ambitious leader of a rival lion group, is the final step in his transformation into Scar, setting in motion the tragic chain of events that will ultimately lead to Mufasa's downfall. Kelvin Harrison Jr. captures Taka's inner turmoil with a compelling performance, giving the character depth and humanity while making his eventual fall into darkness all the more tragic. Kiros, the film's antagonist, provides the external threat that catalyzes much of the conflict. A skilled strategist and ruthless leader, Kiros is determined to topple the established order and seize control of the Pride Lands. His motivations, while rooted in a thirst for power, are far from simplistic. Kiros views himself as a savior of the lions, believing that the traditional ways of the Pride Lands are outdated and that only through radical change can they survive. His presence in Mufasa's life forces the latter to confront not only his own fears and insecurities but also the threats that come with leadership. Mads Mikkelsen's portrayal of Kiros is chilling, as he effortlessly blends charisma with menace, making the character both magnetic and terrifying. Kiros' ultimate role in Mufasa's rise to power is paradoxical. While he is a villain, his actions push Mufasa to become the king he was always destined to be. Sarabi, Mufasa's queen, emerges as a cornerstone of the film, not only as a partner to Mufasa but also as a strong, wise, and compassionate leader in her own right. Sarabi's influence on Mufasa is subtle yet profound. Throughout the film, she provides him with a moral compass, reminding him of the importance of love, trust, and unity in leadership. Sarabi's character is not simply that of a supportive spouse. She is a leader in her own right, one whose wisdom and strength are integral to the well-being of the Pride Lands. Her relationship with Mufasa represents the balance between power and tenderness, and through her, Mufasa learns the true nature of leadership, not as domination, but as service to those he loves. Sarabi's character arc is also deeply intertwined with her motherhood. As the mother of Mufasa's son, Simba, Sarabi becomes the nurturing force behind the next generation, teaching Mufasa the importance of family and legacy in shaping a leader. King Obei, the ruler who adopts Mufasa, serves as a symbol of tradition and authority. His initial reluctance to fully accept Mufasa into the royal fold speaks to the broader theme of belonging, identity, and the struggle of outsiders seeking acceptance. Although King Obei is a figure of power, his leadership style is more rigid, emphasizing tradition over innovation. He contrasts sharply with Mufasa, who, despite his humble beginnings, is destined to bring a fresh perspective to the kingdom. Obei's eventual acknowledgement of Mufasa's potential highlights the transition from an old order to a new one, with Mufasa as the bridge between the two. While Obeisai's role in the story is somewhat understated, his character is key in shaping Mufasa's understanding of leadership, offering a stark contrast to his more empathetic approach. Rafiki, the wise mandrill, plays a crucial role in Mufasa's journey towards self-realization. Acting as a spiritual guide, Rafiki teaches Mufasa about the circle of life, emphasizing the interconnectedness of all living beings. Through Rafiki's wisdom, Mufasa comes to understand that leadership is not simply about strength and power, but about maintaining harmony with the land and its creatures. Rafiki's philosophical insights provide the film with a sense of mysticism, and his guidance helps Mufasa see the bigger picture of his destiny. In many ways, Rafiki embodies the theme of wisdom passed down through generations, offering Mufasa the clarity he needs to embrace his role as king. Zazu, the ever-loyal hornbill, provides comic relief throughout the film, but his character is more than just a source of humor. Zazu's loyalty to Mufasa is unwavering, and his role as Mufasa's advisor shows the importance of trust and counsel in leadership. Despite his sometimes bumbling nature, Zazu proves to be an essential ally, helping to navigate the political and personal challenges Mufasa faces. His relationship with Mufasa is one of mutual respect, and although their interactions are often humorous, Zazu's steadfast commitment to the king is a reminder of the importance of loyalty and service in leadership. Finally, Mufasa's biological mother, Afia, represents the nurturing force that shaped Mufasa's early years. Although her screen time is limited, Afia's influence on Mufasa is profound. The emotional climax of the film, in which Mufasa is reunited with Afia, provides a powerful reminder of the enduring bonds of family and the foundational role that maternal love plays in shaping identity. Afia's return offers Mufasa closure, helping him reconcile the losses he endured in his early life. Her character reinforces the theme of family as a source of strength, and her presence in the final moments of the film underscores the importance of love and connection in overcoming hardship. Together, these characters create a complex and rich narrative, each one playing a crucial role in shaping Mufasa's journey toward becoming the wise and compassionate king that the Pride Lands need. Through their interactions, the film explores the complexities of leadership, family, and identity, offering a nuanced and emotionally resonant story that complements the legacy of the Lion King while carving out its own unique narrative. The development of each character, from Mufasa's quiet strength to Scar's tragic descent into darkness, helps weave a tapestry that captures the essence of what it means to grow, to lead, and to love. Creating a movie as beloved and monumental as Mufasa, The Lion King, 2024, requires a unique blend of artistry, technology, and sometimes sheer luck. Behind the sweeping landscapes, emotional performances, and breathtaking visuals lies a treasure trove of strange and fascinating facts that add layers to the movie's production. The making of this film was no ordinary feat, as it combined cutting-edge animation technology, a deep respect for the legacy of the Lion King, and a fresh, innovative approach to storytelling. From technological advancements to serendipitous discoveries on set, Mufasa, The Lion King was a production filled with extraordinary occurrences. One of the most interesting aspects of Mufasa, The Lion King was the evolution of its animation techniques. The film pushed the boundaries of what animated films could achieve, combining hyper-realistic visuals with a compelling emotional depth that had never been seen before in animated storytelling. The filmmakers chose to maintain the visual style reminiscent of The Lion King while incorporating groundbreaking CGI technology to capture the majestic world of the Pride Lands. This ambitious fusion of old and new was not without its challenges. The team worked tirelessly to create an animation that felt like a true continuation of the original's essence, blending hand-drawn artistry with cutting-edge 3D techniques. One of the most notable breakthroughs in animation occurred in the way the filmmakers rendered the vast landscapes. The Pride Lands, where Mufasa's story takes place, were designed with meticulous attention to detail, and the animators had to tackle the monumental task of replicating the stunning African savanna in a way that had never been done before. To create a visually immersive experience, the filmmakers employed a technique that utilized photorealistic textures combined with digital modeling to capture the movement of the grass, the flow of water, and the vast skies above. To achieve this, a team of artists traveled to real African savannas and documented the landscape through hundreds of photographs and video footage, which were then used as references for the virtual set designs. The ambition was to create an environment so lifelike that the audience would feel like they were truly stepping into the Pride lands themselves. Beyond the impressive animation, the production of Mufasa, The Lion King was also marked by several unusual occurrences that kept the cast and crew on their toes. One of the most bizarre moments occurred during the recording of the dialogue. Aaron Pierre, who voices Mufasa, had been working tirelessly in the recording booth, delivering the emotional lines that would later define his character. One afternoon, while preparing for an intense scene where Mufasa contemplates his future as king, Pierre's microphone mysteriously malfunctioned, causing the entire recording session to be delayed. The crew quickly discovered that the microphone had been affected by a sudden surge of electrical energy, which they couldn't explain. This small glitch, however, turned out to be a blessing in disguise, as it gave Pierre the opportunity to rehearse his lines with even greater intensity, allowing him to bring an added layer of emotion to his performance once the recording resumed. The film's casting process was another fascinating and unexpected journey. While many fans were thrilled by the inclusion of renowned actors like Mads Mikkelsen as the villainous Kyros and Kelvin Harrison Jr. as the complex Taka, there was one casting decision that was particularly surprising. The character of Rafiki, the wise mandrill, was a key figure in the story, and the filmmakers were adamant about finding the perfect actor to bring him to life. After a long search, they turned to an unexpected source, a respected voice actor who had previously lent his talents to a series of video games. This choice shocked many, as it was far removed from the traditional casting routes used for such an iconic character. However, the actor's unique approach to Rafiki's voice brought a new energy to the role, infusing the character with a mix of humor, wisdom, and gravitas that elevated the film's narrative. Additionally, many members of the crew had personal connections to the original Lion King film, which was another intriguing aspect of the production. One of the most surprising facts about the making of Mufasa, The Lion King, was that several of the film's animators had worked on the original 1994 movie. These longtime Disney veterans brought their expertise and their passion for the original story into the production, adding a sense of continuity and respect for the franchise. In fact, one animator, who had been part of the original film's team, was tasked with creating a visual homage to the Lion King in one of the scenes. This homage, a subtle but poignant reference to a scene from the original movie, was a treat for fans who were familiar with the earlier film. The decision to include such a reference was met with unanimous approval from both the old guard and the new team, as it symbolized the seamless blending of old and new traditions in the franchise. Another fascinating tidbit about the production process was the unexpected collaboration with conservationists and animal experts. Given the film's setting in the African savanna and its focus on the natural world, the filmmakers wanted to ensure the representation of the animals and their behaviors was as authentic as possible. To achieve this, they partnered with wildlife experts and conservationists who not only provided valuable insight into the animals' habits but also helped ensure the portrayal of the environment was in line with real-world ecosystems. This collaboration resulted in some surprising moments on set, including one particularly memorable incident when a member of the crew accidentally encountered a live lion during a research trip in Africa. The crew had been visiting a wildlife sanctuary to study the behavior of lions when one of the animals wandered too close for comfort. Fortunately, no one was harmed, but it was a moment that served as a reminder of just how wild and unpredictable the natural world can be. The music of Mufasa, The Lion King, also had its share of fascinating behind-the-scenes moments. The original Lion King film is known for its iconic soundtrack, and expectations for the music in Mufasa were incredibly high. The composer, Hans Zimmer, was once again brought on board to create the score, and he found himself in the middle of an interesting process. Zimmer, who had worked on the original film, found himself drawing inspiration from the same African rhythms and melodies that had guided his work on The Lion King. However, in a surprising twist, he also sought to push the boundaries of traditional film scoring by experimenting with new instruments and soundscapes, blending digital and organic sounds to create a fresh but familiar auditory experience. One particularly notable addition to the score was the use of a large choir of singers, many of whom were from African communities. Their contributions added a rich vocal layer to the soundtrack, evoking the majesty and spirituality of the Pride Lands. As with any film production, Mufasa, The Lion King also experienced its fair share of unplanned moments and unexpected discoveries. During one of the film's final animation sequences, the team discovered a hidden mistake in the rendering of one of the key scenes. A subtle yet glaring error had gone unnoticed during the initial stages of animation but became clear during the final review. The issue, which involved the movement of a character's tail in a pivotal scene, was quickly corrected but required an extensive rework of several frames. Despite the extra work, the crew managed to fix the error in record time, ensuring that the film would maintain its high-quality standards. Finally, one of the most bizarre and unexpected events occurred during the film's final editing stages. While reviewing the film in its near-final form, the editing team discovered that one of the film's emotional beats, a key moment of revelation for Mufasa, was not having the intended impact. After some brainstorming, the decision was made to add an entirely new layer to the scene by subtly changing the color grading and altering the pacing of the shots. This change made all the difference, creating a more emotionally resonant moment that would go on to become one of the film's most memorable sequences. From technological breakthroughs to unexpected encounters and collaborations, the making of Mufasa, The Lion King was full of fascinating moments. The film's production was a testament to the creativity, passion, and dedication of its cast and crew, who brought a beloved legacy to life in ways that audiences would never forget. Through their tireless work and their willingness to embrace the unexpected, Mufasa, The Lion King became a cinematic achievement that celebrated the timeless themes of family, leadership, and identity while adding new layers of depth and complexity to the world of the Pride Lands. The strangest facts surrounding the film's making only add to its allure, reminding us that sometimes the magic of cinema happens when the unexpected takes center stage. In Mufasa, The Lion King, 2024, the story takes viewers on a journey through the emotional and visual landscape of the Pride Lands, blending iconic elements with new layers of storytelling. As a prequel to the legendary The Lion King, 1994, it was met with both anticipation and trepidation, with audiences eager to see how the beloved world of Simba and his ancestors would unfold. To critically analyze the events and their significance in the film, it is essential to focus on the pivotal moments that shaped the narrative, the characters, and the themes that resonated deeply with audiences. These events not only served to further the plot but also contributed immensely to the film's lasting impact and reception. From the very beginning, Mufasa, The Lion King sets itself apart from its predecessors by introducing a deeper exploration of the character of Mufasa, focusing on his origins. The film opens with a dramatic retelling of his tragic childhood, a scene that is at once visually striking and emotionally charged. Mufasa, orphaned as a young cub, is seen navigating the harsh realities of the savannah while struggling to find his place in a world dominated by the ferocious instincts of the wilderness. This opening scene is not just an exploration of the young lion's survival instincts but also serves as the foundation for understanding Mufasa's eventual rise to power. The emotional weight of this sequence is palpable, laying the groundwork for themes of family, belonging, and responsibility that will resonate throughout the film. The initial event of Mufasa's adoption into the royal pride is a significant turning point in the story. This is where Mufasa's true journey begins, shifting from the outsider to someone who could one day become king. The relationship between Mufasa and King Obeisai, the ruler of the pride, is tested throughout the film, with Obeisai being initially reluctant to embrace Mufasa as one of his own. His resistance stems from a combination of pride, tradition, and perhaps even fear of Mufasa's potential. This tension introduces a critical theme in the film, the conflict between tradition and progress. King Obeisai embodies the traditional leadership of the Pride Lands, while Mufasa symbolizes the promise of change and renewal. This ideological clash mirrors the greater narrative of the Pride Lands, where change is inevitable but often met with resistance. An equally critical event occurs when Mufasa's relationship with Taka, his adoptive brother, begins to unravel. Taka, later known as Scar, is initially depicted as a character of complex emotions, loyal yet deeply resentful of Mufasa's natural abilities and the adoration he receives from others. This jealousy begins to fester and is a driving force behind many of the film's darker moments. Taka's gradual descent into envy and ambition is a major plot thread that not only creates internal family conflict but also sets the stage for the larger struggle that will unfold later in the story. The moment Taka finally betrays Mufasa is a pivotal one. It serves as a direct response to the growing tension between the brothers, and it serves as a painful reminder of how envy can shape and distort relationships, even between the closest of kin. Mufasa's eventual confrontation with Kiros, the antagonist of the film, further solidifies the themes of leadership and sacrifice. Kiros, a ruthless lion from a rival pride, seeks to dethrone the royal family and seize control of the Pride lands. His strategy is both direct and manipulative, utilizing Taka's own insecurities to further his cause. The battle between Mufasa and Kiros is not just one of physical strength but also one of ideals. While Kiros represents a more authoritarian, fear-based approach to leadership, Mufasa is the embodiment of selflessness, courage, and wisdom. Their clash highlights the difference between a tyrant's rule and a leader's responsibility to his people. The film reaches a turning point during the emotional moment when Mufasa, now a young adult, fully assumes the role of the king, inheriting the mantle from his adopted father, King Obesai. This moment is a blend of triumph and tragedy, as it signifies not just Mufasa's rise but also the emotional loss of King Obesai, whose death marks the end of an era in the Pride lands. This moment is deeply moving, as it underscores the cyclical nature of life, a key theme in both The Lion King and its prequel. It is through the death of one leader that the future is shaped, and Mufasa's grief is palpable, but so is his sense of duty. One of the most striking aspects of Mufasa, The Lion King, is the subtle yet significant shift in the film's tone and pace following King Obesai's passing. While the beginning of the film is filled with suspense, tension, and action, the latter half of the story takes a more introspective turn. As Mufasa grapples with his new responsibilities, the film delves into his internal struggle and explores the weight of leadership. This is where Mufasa, The Lion King, achieves its most poignant moments that are at once deeply personal and universally resonant. Mufasa's vulnerability, fear, and moments of self-doubt make him a more relatable figure. Despite his nobility and strength, he is not impervious to the burdens of leadership, and this internal conflict allows for a more complex emotional experience. Thematic resonance is key in Mufasa, The Lion King, and several events in the film help elevate these themes to new heights. At the heart of the film is the exploration of family, identity, and legacy. The film delves into what it means to be part of a larger community and how one's identity is shaped by both individual experience and familial bonds. Mufasa's journey is not just about becoming king. It is about discovering who he is within the context of the Pride lands and his place in the circle of life. His relationship with Sarabi, his eventual queen, is built on mutual respect and understanding, and it highlights the importance of partnership and support in leadership. Together, they face challenges not just as rulers but as individuals who care deeply for the well-being of their pride. Their dynamic is a cornerstone of the film's emotional depth and thematic power. Taka's transformation into Scar also plays a crucial role in the thematic development of the film. His jealousy and desire for power are not merely personal flaws, they represent a deep-seated societal issue, the corrupting influence of unchecked ambition. Scar's character serves as a tragic reflection of the dangers of placing personal desires above the well-being of others, and his journey serves as a cautionary tale about the destructive nature of envy and greed. The emotional resonance of Mufasa, The Lion King, is further strengthened by the supporting characters, such as Rafiki, Zazu, and even Kiros. Each one plays a crucial role in shaping Mufasa's journey, and their contributions allow for a more holistic exploration of leadership, wisdom, and guidance. Rafiki, with his mystical insights and guidance, is especially important in helping Mufasa navigate his doubts and fears, reinforcing the importance of seeking wisdom from those who came before us. Zazu's loyalty and dedication to Mufasa also highlight the theme of service and the essential role of those who support a leader in times of struggle. When it comes to the critical reception, Mufasa, The Lion King, has been praised for its complex character development and its ability to address the darker aspects of the Lion King legacy. Audiences have noted how the film, while providing a backstory to a character like Mufasa, has managed to make him more than just a king. It has made him a deeply human figure, filled with love, pain, doubt, and strength. The emotional core of the film is undeniably one of its strongest points, as it challenges the audience to consider the sacrifices made by leaders and the cost of such responsibility. Furthermore, the cinematography and visual artistry of the film are key to its critical success. The sweeping landscapes, the careful attention to lighting and shadow, and the stunning animation create a world that is as immersive as it is awe-inspiring. The beauty of the Pride Lands, captured in vivid detail, allows the film to feel like an extension of the original Lion King while still offering new perspectives on the iconic landscapes. In conclusion, Mufasa, The Lion King is a film that expertly weaves together emotional depth, thematic richness, and breathtaking visual storytelling. Through pivotal events that showcase the growth of Mufasa as a leader, the film resonates with audiences on multiple levels. It explores the complexities of identity, family, and leadership, while also addressing the darker, more complex aspects of ambition and personal struggle. The critical perspectives and events within the film serve to enrich its narrative, making Mufasa, The Lion King a film that stands as a powerful prequel in its own right, continuing the legacy of The Lion King while adding new layers of meaning to an already beloved story. The film's thematic and emotional resonance ensures that it will remain a vital piece of the Lion King saga for generations to come. The making of Mufasa, The Lion King, 2024, was an intricate and ambitious undertaking, blending advanced animation techniques with heartfelt storytelling. As a prequel to the iconic The Lion King, 1994, the filmmakers had the monumental task of not only honoring the legacy of the original film but also creating a new story that could stand on its own. This behind-the-scenes look at the production process uncovers the fascinating challenges and moments of brilliance that shaped the movie, offering a glimpse into the intricate world of animation, voice acting, and visual design that made the film a reality. From the start, the filmmakers knew that Mufasa, The Lion King had to capture the spirit of the original while carving out a fresh narrative. The film's central theme is the untold story of Mufasa's early life, from his tragic beginnings as an orphan to his rise as the king of the Pride Lands. The production team aimed to blend the sweeping grandeur of the Pride Lands with intimate, emotional moments, creating a visual and emotional experience that would resonate with fans of the original while also drawing in a new generation of viewers. The filmmaking process began with a lengthy pre-production phase that involved careful planning of the story, character designs, and the visual style. The filmmakers decided early on that the film would be a blend of CG, computer-generated, animation, and photorealistic elements, much like the 2019 The Lion King remake. However, they also wanted to bring something new to the table by exploring the origins of Mufasa and his relationship with other key characters in the Lion King universe. A major part of the pre-production process was figuring out how to portray Mufasa's younger years while remaining faithful to the established world of the Pride Lands. The filmmakers consulted with animal behavior experts and zoologists to ensure that the animals in the film moved and acted in a realistic way. This process helped give the characters a sense of life and authenticity, making them feel like real animals while still retaining the charm and expressiveness needed for storytelling. Once the storyboards and character designs were finalized, the team transitioned to the animation stage. This was where the magic of the film truly began to take shape. The animators worked tirelessly to bring the characters to life, using the latest animation software to create incredibly detailed fur textures, realistic facial expressions, and breathtaking landscapes. The Pride Lands, which had been brought to life so memorably in the original films, were reimagined for this new chapter, with stunning attention to detail. The filmmakers knew that every scene would need to evoke a sense of awe and beauty, so they paid careful attention to the environment, using rich color palettes and dynamic lighting techniques to create a visually immersive experience. One of the most significant aspects of Mufasa, The Lion King, was its use of innovative technology to capture the performance of the voice actors. With the goal of creating the most lifelike and expressive animations, the filmmakers incorporated motion capture technology, which allowed them to track the subtle movements and facial expressions of the voice cast. This technology made the characters more relatable, helping them express the deep emotions at the core of the story. One key moment in the production was when Aaron Pierre, who voices Mufasa, worked alongside the animators to help shape his character's physicality. Pierre's understanding of Mufasa's vulnerability and strength helped guide the animators in bringing the lion to life. There was a particular scene in which Mufasa's struggle to accept his future as king was captured through Pierre's own subtle body movements, and the animators replicated this emotion on screen. Pierre's involvement in this process allowed the filmmakers to get the essence of Mufasa's character just right, making him feel both regal and deeply human at the same time. While the animation was one of the most labor-intensive aspects of the production, the voice acting process was also a pivotal part of the film's success. The filmmakers knew they needed a cast that could bring their characters to life with the same energy and warmth as the original films. The cast of Mufasa, The Lion King was a star-studded ensemble, featuring Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig, Mads Mikkelsen, and Kelvin Harrison Jr., but it was Aaron Pierre's Mufasa who stole the show, providing a deeply nuanced performance that gave the lion depth and relatability. The production team worked hard to ensure that the voice actors were immersed in their roles. In a fun and interesting twist, they held an innovative read-through session in the vast studio, where the entire cast performed their scenes not just sitting at microphones but physically moving around, acting out their characters' actions. This unique approach allowed the voice actors to connect more deeply with the physicality of their characters, enhancing their performances and helping the animators capture those natural movements. The actors were encouraged to improvise and add their personal touches to the dialogue, which helped bring more life and authenticity to the story. Carell, for instance, added some subtle humor to his character's role, which provided moments of levity amidst the more dramatic moments. Another fascinating behind-the-scenes story revolves around the production's commitment to ensuring a diverse soundscape. The film's sound design played a crucial role in immersing audiences in the world of the Pride Lands, and the team worked with sound designers to ensure that the sounds of nature, animal movements, and the environment were as authentic as possible. From the rustling of grass to the roar of distant animals, the sound department went to great lengths to capture the true essence of the African savanna. They even recorded sounds from real-life lions to ensure that every roar and growl felt genuine. Music also played a pivotal role in shaping the emotional tone of the film. Hans Zimmer, who composed the iconic score for the original Lion King, returned to work on Mufasa, The Lion King, bringing his signature style to the project. Zimmer's collaboration with the filmmakers allowed him to create a score that both honored the classic themes of The Lion King and introduced new melodies to reflect Mufasa's journey. The score was designed to complement the film's sweeping landscapes and emotional beats, enhancing the audience's connection to the characters and their world. A fun fact about the film's music is that, in a nod to the original Lion King, the filmmakers used specific musical motifs that are linked to key moments in Mufasa's rise to power. These motifs are subtly woven into the score, creating a sense of continuity with the original film. It's a brilliant way of connecting the past with the present, underscoring the idea that Mufasa's journey was always leading him toward the legacy that Simba would one day inherit. As with any major production, there were challenges during the making of Mufasa, The Lion King, and the crew had to overcome a number of hurdles to bring the film to the big screen. One such challenge came in the form of the film's ambitious visual style, which was designed to blend realism with the stylized world of the original Lion King films. The filmmakers faced the daunting task of creating a visually stunning world that would resonate with both fans of the classic film and newcomers. This required constant adjustments and revisions to the designs, ensuring that each shot captured the beauty of the Pride Lands while maintaining a sense of emotional depth. A memorable behind-the-scenes story involves the creation of the final scene in which Mufasa, standing on Pride Rock, gazes out over the kingdom he is destined to lead. This iconic moment was months in the making, with the animators working tirelessly to perfect the lighting and animation to ensure the scene felt as powerful and majestic as it should. The filmmakers wanted to evoke the same sense of awe and reverence that the original Lion King created when Simba first climbed Pride Rock, and they succeeded in doing so. The team's attention to detail paid off, resulting in a moment that beautifully encapsulates Mufasa's journey and his place within the circle of life. Throughout the production process, there were numerous smaller, delightful touches that fans of The Lion King would appreciate. For instance, certain visual cues from the original film, such as the iconic golden sun and the ever-present shadows, were included to pay homage to the original. These subtle references added layers of depth to the film, rewarding longtime fans who could recognize the symbols and understand their significance. As Mufasa, The Lion King reached its post-production phase, the team worked tirelessly to ensure that every aspect of the film was polished and ready for release. This included finalizing the visual effects, editing the score, and perfecting the sound design. The film's color grading was also a crucial element in bringing out the vibrancy of the African landscape, with rich oranges and reds highlighting the sunset scenes, and cool blues and greens creating a calm yet ominous atmosphere during moments of tension. In the end, Mufasa, The Lion King stands as a testament to the dedication and creativity of the production team. Every aspect of the film, from animation to voice acting, music to sound design, was crafted with a level of care and attention to detail that makes the film feel both familiar and fresh. The filmmakers succeeded in breathing new life into the Pride Lands while paying tribute to the legacy of the original Lion King, ensuring that the story of Mufasa's rise to power will resonate with audiences for years to come. Through their hard work and passion, Mufasa, The Lion King became a worthy addition to the beloved Lion King saga, reminding us all of the timeless themes of family, legacy, and leadership. In Mufasa, The Lion King, 2024, the setting is not just a backdrop, it's a living, breathing character in its own right. From the vast, sweeping savannas to the intimate, shadowed groves, the landscape shapes the narrative, influencing the emotional tone of the story. The filmmakers knew that to tell Mufasa's story authentically, they had to create a world that resonated with the beauty and danger of the African wilderness, while still staying true to the visual and thematic roots of the Lion King franchise. The film's setting takes place in the same iconic Pride Lands made famous by the original Lion King, 1994, but this time we are transported to an earlier era where the kingdom is in its infancy and Mufasa is just beginning to carve out his legacy. This shift in time allowed the filmmakers to explore new corners of the familiar world, introducing lush, hidden locations that helped deepen the narrative. In addition to the well-known Pride Rock, which remains the central symbol of leadership and legacy Mufasa, The Lion King introduces new and breathtaking landscapes that reflect the evolving journey of the characters. The Pride Lands themselves are brought to life with an overwhelming sense of grandeur and vitality. Vast plains stretch endlessly under the scorching sun, dotted with acacia trees and grassy meadows. The sweeping savannas are portrayed with rich colors, from the bright yellows of the golden grasses to the deep greens of the jungle. This color palette serves as a visual metaphor for the circle of life. The light, vibrant hues symbolize growth and new beginnings, while the darker shades of the jungle represent the hidden dangers and struggles that Mufasa must face as he matures into his role as king. The filmmakers used state-of-the-art CGI animation to create a world that feels both photorealistic and dreamlike. While the landscapes are based on real-world locations, they are heightened with stylized, almost magical elements that allow the audience to see the world through the eyes of Mufasa and his fellow characters. The Pride Lands are depicted not just as a place, but as a living, dynamic world. Every scene, from the sun-drenched plains to the starry skies at night, is carefully designed to immerse the audience in the vastness and beauty of the land. As Mufasa moves from the humble beginnings of an orphan cub to a powerful ruler, the shifting landscapes mirror his personal growth. When Mufasa is a young cub, the Pride Lands feel vast and intimidating, filled with both promise and danger. But as he matures and grows in confidence, the lands themselves become more familiar and welcoming, symbolizing his connection to the land he will one day rule. One of the most stunning examples of the setting's impact on the story is the use of the jungle. The jungle is portrayed as a lush, vibrant, and mysterious place, teeming with life yet filled with hidden dangers. It is in the jungle where Mufasa first confronts the challenges of leadership and survival, and where his bond with other key characters is formed. The filmmakers used lighting and shadow to create an atmosphere of both comfort and danger. In contrast to the open plains, the jungle's dense foliage creates a sense of claustrophobia, underscoring the conflict Mufasa faces as he navigates through political intrigues and personal betrayals. The jungle's dark and twisted undergrowth is a visual manifestation of the internal and external struggles Mufasa faces in the film. The use of shadow and light in the setting is another critical cinematic element that enhances the storytelling in Mufasa, the Lion King. The filmmakers use lighting as a tool to underscore key emotional beats, as well as to visually distinguish between the different themes and tones of the film. For example, the moments when Mufasa is alone in the dark, uncertain jungle are bathed in shadows, casting a sense of fear and confusion over the scenes. These moments contrast sharply with the sun-drenched expanses of the savannah, where Mufasa's triumphs are celebrated in full light. This interplay of light and shadow highlights the tension between good and evil, strength and vulnerability, and serves as a constant reminder of the challenges Mufasa faces in his quest for leadership. Another key setting in the film is the River of Life, a mystical and sacred location in the Pride Lands. This river, where Mufasa first begins to understand the deeper mysteries of life and death, is a powerful symbol of the circle of life. The river is depicted with a glowing, ethereal quality, reflecting the life force that flows through all creatures. The filmmakers used fluid animation techniques to depict the flowing water, creating a sense of movement and change that parallels Mufasa's own personal evolution. The river is also visually tied to the stars, a theme that echoes throughout the film, as it represents the eternal connection between the living and the ancestors. The contrast between the light and dark settings is further emphasized by the filmmakers' use of sound. Every location in the film is accompanied by a rich and varied soundscape that heightens the viewer's sense of immersion. The rustling of grasses, the chirping of birds, the growls of predators, and the gentle murmur of the river all contribute to creating a sense of place. The sounds are never random, but carefully curated to match the emotional and narrative beats of each scene. For instance, the peaceful sounds of the savannah are juxtaposed with the haunting, eerie noises of the jungle, intensifying the film's emotional journey. Each setting is alive with sound, reinforcing the themes of life, death, and the interconnectedness of all beings. Cinematography plays an equally important role in shaping the tone of Mufasa, the Lion King. The filmmakers utilized sweeping wide shots to capture the grandeur of the Pride Lands and its vastness, emphasizing the weight of Mufasa's responsibilities as he matures. These shots make the landscape feel immense, visually highlighting the isolation Mufasa feels as he navigates the complexities of leadership. In contrast, the more intimate moments of the film are captured through close-ups and softer, more focused shots, drawing the viewer's attention to the emotional nuance of the characters' faces and actions. The filmmakers used a variety of camera angles and movements to reinforce the film's themes of power, identity, and family. One memorable sequence in the film showcases Mufasa's first steps onto Pride Rock, a location that symbolizes his rightful place as king. The filmmakers use a sweeping upward camera movement to follow Mufasa as he ascends the rock, framing him against the vast expanse of the Pride Lands. This iconic shot mirrors the moment in the original Lion King where Simba stands on the rock, but with a twist. It is Mufasa who is leading the way, and the shot reflects his growing sense of confidence and destiny. The upward motion of the camera also serves to highlight the grandeur of the moment, making Mufasa's arrival as king feel monumental and earned. Another significant use of cinematography is the depiction of the celestial sky. The filmmakers use the stars and the moon as a visual motif throughout the film, drawing attention to the spiritual connection between the characters and their ancestors. The stars are often shown in the background, twinkling brightly as a reminder of the circle of life that governs the Pride Lands. In moments of contemplation or crisis, Mufasa often looks up at the night sky, and the stars seem to offer him guidance. In the scenes that deal with Mufasa's internal struggles and his complicated relationship with his adoptive brother, Taka, later known as Scar, the filmmakers use muted colors and tighter framing to reflect the tension between the characters. These scenes often take place in shadowy, confined spaces, heightening the sense of unease. In contrast to the expansive, open landscapes, these intimate moments are visually restrained, emphasizing the emotional weight of the situation. The filmmakers used this contrast to symbolize the growing rift between the two brothers, highlighting the way that jealousy and ambition begin to cloud Taka's judgment, while Mufasa's sense of duty and compassion remains unshaken. Throughout the film, the setting is not just a place where events occur, but a reflection of the characters' emotional journeys. The vast open plains represent freedom and the potential for growth, while the darker, more confined spaces reflect the characters' struggles and limitations. By using the setting in such a deliberate and nuanced way, the filmmakers create a cinematic experience that is both visually stunning and emotionally resonant. Ultimately, the setting and cinematography in Mufasa, The Lion King serve as integral elements in telling the story of Mufasa's rise to power. The vast, breathtaking landscapes, the use of light and shadow, and the carefully constructed soundscapes all contribute to a rich, immersive world that enhances the themes of the film. By using the setting as both a narrative device and an emotional tool, the filmmakers have created a visual masterpiece that transports the audience to the heart of the Pride Lands and deepens their connection to the characters and their story. The settings do not merely serve as backdrops. They are living, breathing elements of the story, each playing a crucial role in bringing the world of Mufasa, the Lion King, to life. On the set of Mufasa, The Lion King, 2024, a film brimming with high expectations due to its connection to the beloved Lion King franchise, the journey to bring Mufasa's origin story to life was as enchanting and challenging as the world the filmmakers aimed to create. With a film that mixes cutting-edge technology, legendary characters, and deep emotional resonance, the behind-the-scenes experience was filled with moments of creativity, surprises, and the overcoming of challenges. These stories from the set reveal the passion and dedication of the cast and crew as they work together to craft a cinematic experience that would resonate with both new viewers and longtime fans of the series. The casting of Mufasa, The Lion King, was an especially significant moment in the film's development. Given the iconic status of Mufasa, a character made famous by James Earl Jones' voice performance in the original film, the filmmakers knew they had a monumental task ahead of them. The decision to cast Aaron Pierre as the young Mufasa was met with both excitement and trepidation, as many were eager to see how a new actor could embody the spirit of such a well-loved character. In the early stages of production, Aaron Pierre recalls the intense pressure he felt stepping into the role. However, he was also thrilled at the opportunity to breathe new life into Mufasa's backstory. Pierre, known for his emotional range, worked closely with the filmmakers to ensure that Mufasa's personality, a blend of wisdom, courage, and humility, was present in every line of dialogue. It was surreal, but incredibly rewarding. The challenge was to honor the legacy of Mufasa while making sure the character felt like a fully realized version of himself. I wanted to explore his vulnerability, his struggles, and his triumphs as he became the king we all know and love, said Pierre during one of the film's interviews. Alongside Pierre, a cast of talented actors brought the supporting characters to life. Kelvin Harrison Jr. took on the role of Taka, Scar, Mufasa's adoptive brother, and worked diligently to capture the complexity of a character torn between love and jealousy. Harrison recalls the challenge of portraying a character who is simultaneously empathetic and consumed by envy. The duality of Taka was both difficult and exciting to play. It's not just about becoming the villain. It's about understanding his motivations and the pain that drives him. That's what makes him such a tragic figure. Mads Mikkelsen's portrayal of Kiros, the antagonist lion who becomes Mufasa's rival, brought an extra layer of intensity to the film. Mikkelsen, known for his ability to play morally ambiguous characters, worked meticulously with the filmmakers to create a villain who was both menacing and fascinating. Mikkelsen enjoyed the process of diving into Kiros' psyche, seeing him not as a one-dimensional antagonist but as a character with a strong sense of purpose and conviction. His commanding presence was felt both on-screen and behind the scenes, where he was known to challenge and inspire his fellow cast members to push the boundaries of their performances. While the cast worked tirelessly to bring their characters to life, the film's success also relied on the expertise of the creative and technical teams. From animators to visual effects artists, the team behind Mufasa, The Lion King had the responsibility of creating a world that felt both familiar and new. The decision to use cutting-edge CGI animation was pivotal, as the filmmakers wanted to ensure that the landscapes of the Pride Lands had a sense of realism while still retaining the magic of the original Lion King. One of the most challenging aspects of the production was creating the animal characters in a way that was both lifelike and emotive. Animators worked tirelessly to ensure that the lion's movements and expressions conveyed complex emotions, especially since much of the story focused on internal struggles. Mufasa's journey of self-discovery, Taka's jealousy, and the growing tensions between characters. The team used advanced motion capture technology to record the actors' performances, ensuring that their emotional depth was translated into the digital world. However, the technology was not without its challenges. Getting the lions to look realistic while still having them express emotions like grief, joy, and anger was an incredible task, said one of the film's lead animators. There was a lot of trial and error, and we had to constantly tweak the models to get it just right. The film's visual effects department faced additional hurdles as they worked to create the breathtaking landscapes of the Pride Lands. The team traveled to Africa to study the terrain, taking extensive reference photos and videos to ensure that every detail of the environment felt authentic. From the golden savannas to the lush, shadowy jungles, the team worked diligently to capture the essence of the real-world locations while adding a touch of magical realism that made the world of Mufasa feel alive and vivid. One particularly challenging scene involved the depiction of the River of Life, a mystical location tied to Mufasa's spiritual growth. The river is an integral part of the story, symbolizing the interconnectedness of all life and the wisdom passed down from ancestors. In order to create the ethereal, glowing effect of the river's waters, the visual effects team experimented with cutting-edge water simulations and lighting techniques. It took months to perfect the flow and shimmer of the river, said the VFX supervisor. We wanted it to feel otherworldly, almost dreamlike, while still being grounded in reality. Another element of the production that surprised many involved the integration of sound and music. The sound designers worked closely with the composers to craft a sonic landscape that matched the film's emotional beats. The music, composed by a team led by Hans Zimmer, was integral to setting the tone for the various emotional and narrative moments. Zimmer, who had composed the music for the original Lion King, returned to craft a score that would resonate with both fans of the original film and newcomers to the series. His compositions were designed to evoke the power and beauty of the Pride Lands, but also the inner turmoil and growth of the characters. The music was recorded with a live orchestra to ensure that the grandeur and emotional depth of the soundtrack would match the scale of the film. On set, the interaction between the cast and crew was deeply collaborative. The actors would often gather with the filmmakers to discuss the evolution of their characters, share ideas, and rehearse scenes together. The bond between Aaron Pierre and Kelvin Jr. was especially notable, as the two actors spent hours working on the complex relationship between Mufasa and Taka. Pierre describes their dynamic as a highlight of the production process. It was incredible to see how the characters' interactions grew over the course of filming. Kelvin and I would spend hours talking about the history of Mufasa and Taka's relationship, and that really helped inform how we played those moments. Beyond the actors and animators, the production team included countless crew members who worked tirelessly to bring the film to life. From costume designers to lighting experts, the behind-the-scenes team worked in harmony to create a visually cohesive world. One particularly memorable moment came during the filming of the iconic scene where Mufasa ascends Pride Rock for the first time. The crew built an intricate physical set to represent Pride Rock, allowing the actors to perform in a tangible environment. The set was a feat of engineering, with a towering rocky structure that allowed for sweeping, dramatic shots while also ensuring that the actors could engage physically with the landscape. As with any major production, Mufasa, The Lion King faced its share of challenges. One of the most difficult moments came when the team was faced with unexpected weather delays during the filming of an important sequence. The scene, which involved a massive storm that threatens the Pride Lands, required a complex blend of live-action shots and CGI effects. However, the rainstorms on set made it impossible to film for several days. The crew had to scramble to adjust the shooting schedule, and many members of the team worked long hours to ensure the delays didn't push the production timeline too far behind. Despite these setbacks, the team's dedication and resilience paid off, as the final product is a stunning visual and emotional achievement. Through countless hours of hard work, creativity, and collaboration, the cast and crew of Mufasa, The Lion King brought the legendary story of Mufasa's rise to power to the screen in a way that captivated audiences around the world. Behind every frame of the film, There is a story of passion, persistence, and a shared commitment to honoring the legacy of the Lion King while creating something entirely new. The making of Mufasa. The Lion King was a journey marked by creativity, collaboration, and the triumph over adversity. The behind-the-scenes stories from the set offer a glimpse into the intense effort that went into creating a film that would capture the hearts of audiences and ensure that Mufasa's legacy lives on for generations to come. Through the challenges, the breakthroughs, and the moments of magic, the cast and crew created something extraordinary, proving that, just like Mufasa's journey, greatness is achieved through dedication, resilience, and a deep love for the story being told. In Mufasa, The Lion King, 2024, the themes and symbolism are woven intricately throughout the film, reflecting the deep emotional and philosophical undertones that have made the Lion King franchise so universally beloved. The film, while telling the origin story of Mufasa, expands on the themes of leadership, identity, family, and the circle of life, themes that have resonated with audiences for decades. These elements not only serve as the foundation of the plot, but also create a framework for the characters' growth and transformations. The symbolism, often drawn from nature, reflects the inner conflicts and spiritual journeys of the characters, grounding the fantastical narrative in real-world values and concepts. One of the central themes in Mufasa, The Lion King, is the idea of identity, particularly the search for one's true self. This theme is introduced early on with Mufasa's backstory. As a cub, he is orphaned and taken in by King Obaysai's pride. From the outset, Mufasa is forced to confront the notion of belonging, not just to a family but also to a larger purpose. His quest for identity is compounded by the knowledge of his royal lineage and the weight of expectation placed upon him. The symbolism of the circle of life plays a major role here, illustrating the cyclical nature of existence. The circle of life is not just about survival. It is about finding one's place in the world and fulfilling the role that nature has carved out. Mufasa's journey of self-discovery, from a lost cub to a king, is mirrored in the way the circle of life connects all living beings in an unbroken chain. This theme underscores the notion that identity is something that is both inherited and earned, passed down from those who came before while also being shaped by personal experiences and choices. Mufasa's journey is also a tale of leadership. From the moment he arrives at the Pride Lands, he is shown as a natural leader, a character who is not driven by ego but by a deep sense of responsibility. His wisdom and compassion make him a figure of reverence in the Pride, and the film explores the weight of leadership through his eyes. One of the key symbols that ties into this theme is the Pride Rock, which stands as a towering, immovable structure throughout the film. The rock is a symbol of stability and strength, a visual representation of the role that Mufasa must one day assume. As a young lion, Mufasa is aware of the importance of Pride Rock, and his eventual ascent to the top is not just a physical act but a spiritual one, symbolizing his maturation and readiness to assume his rightful place as the king of the Pride Lands. The symbolism of Pride Rock also speaks to the themes of legacy, continuity, and the weight of history. The rock has stood for generations, and when Mufasa reaches the summit, he becomes part of that enduring legacy. However, the film also explores the tension between duty and desire, embodied in the character of Taka, Scar. While Mufasa is willing to accept the burden of leadership with humility, Taka's desire for power leads him down a darker path. The symbolism of Taka's physical scar is a powerful representation of his inner turmoil and jealousy. The scar, which eventually marks him as Scar, is not just a physical wound but a symbolic representation of his emotional and moral corruption. It marks the moment when Taka fully succumbs to envy and ambition, allowing these destructive emotions to define him. The scar, which begins as a mere mark of familial tension, grows into a symbol of betrayal, illustrating how unchecked desires and resentments can irreparably alter a person's identity. The relationship between Mufasa and Sarabi is another crucial component of the film, illustrating the themes of love, partnership, and mutual respect. Sarabi, who is both a confidant and a partner to Mufasa, represents a source of strength and wisdom for him. The film highlights their bond as one of deep emotional connection, with Sarabi offering guidance and comfort when Mufasa is unsure of his place in the world. Their relationship is a symbol of balance within the leadership structure of the Pride Lands. Whereas Mufasa embodies the authority of leadership, Sarabi represents the heart and soul of the Pride, reminding Mufasa of the importance of compassion and empathy. Their union underscores the theme that true leadership requires not just strength but also love and understanding. The use of symbolism here is clear. Sarabi is Mufasa's anchor, reminding him that leadership is not only about power but also about nurturing the bonds that hold a community together. At the heart of the film is the circle of life, a concept that transcends mere survival and becomes a guiding principle for understanding existence. The film uses the circle of life to explore how every action has a ripple effect on the world around it. In the early scenes, Mufasa's teachings to his cubs emphasize the interconnectedness of all living things. He teaches them that life is not just about being born, growing, and dying but about understanding one's place in a larger cycle that extends beyond the individual. The symbolism of the circle of life is present not only in the themes of the film but in its very structure. The circle is about continuity and renewal. It's about passing wisdom from one generation to the next, ensuring that the balance of nature is maintained. This concept is reinforced visually through the shots of animals moving across the savanna, living in harmony, and then giving way to the next generation. The circle of life is also represented in the sky, where Mufasa's ancestors are seen in the stars, symbolizing the idea that life continues beyond death and that Mufasa's legacy will live on forever. In addition to the themes of identity, leadership, and family, Mufasa, the Lion King also delves into the theme of destiny. As Mufasa grows into his role as king, he is confronted with the idea of fate and the difficult choices that come with leadership. One of the most significant moments in the film comes when Mufasa contemplates the future of the Pride Lands and his role within it. He faces a crossroads where his sense of duty clashes with his desire for peace and harmony. This inner conflict is represented through the storm that rages across the Pride Lands during a critical moment in the film. The storm is a symbol of the external and internal chaos that threatens the peace and order Mufasa has worked so hard to maintain. It is only through his ability to face these challenges and stay true to his values that Mufasa is able to fulfill his destiny and lead his people to prosperity. This exploration of destiny serves as a powerful reminder that the path to greatness is never straightforward. It is often fraught with obstacles and sacrifices. The visual symbolism in the film also plays a significant role in highlighting these themes. For example, the recurring motif of light and shadow is used throughout the film to represent the contrasting elements of good and evil, hope and despair. Mufasa is frequently shown in scenes bathed in sunlight, symbolizing his purity, wisdom, and strength. On the other hand, Taka is often depicted in shadow, emphasizing his internal darkness and growing bitterness. The interplay of light and shadow not only enhances the film's visual aesthetics but also reinforces the moral and emotional undertones of the story. The landscape itself, with its vast savannas, dense jungles, and towering cliffs, becomes a symbolic representation of the journey the characters must undertake. Mufasa's journey from an orphan cub to the wise and powerful king parallels his physical journey across the Pride Lands. The savanna represents the early, untamed part of Mufasa's life, where he is still searching for his identity. The towering cliffs of Pride Rock represent the ultimate destination, the culmination of his journey where he must face his fears, reconcile his past, and embrace his destiny. In conclusion, Mufasa, The Lion King is a film rich with thematic depth and visual symbolism. The exploration of identity, leadership, family, and destiny is central to the narrative and is seamlessly integrated into the plot and characters. Through symbols like the Circle of Life, Pride Rock, and the interplay of light and shadow, the film conveys profound messages about the interconnectedness of life and the importance of understanding one's place in the world. These themes not only enhance the emotional resonance of the film but also contribute to its lasting impact on audiences. The story of Mufasa's journey is not just a tale of a lion rising to power. It is a timeless exploration of the universal struggle to find one's place in the world, to embrace the responsibilities of leadership, and to honor the bonds of family and legacy. In the making of Mufasa, The Lion King, 2024, The filmmakers used a variety of groundbreaking techniques to craft a visually stunning, emotionally resonant, and immersive experience for audiences. The film is an exemplary fusion of technology, artistry, and storytelling. The use of CGI, sound design, editing, and camera work all played crucial roles in shaping the film's atmosphere, ensuring that it not only captured the magic and grandeur of the original Lion King but also brought new layers of depth to Mufasa's origin story. The combination of traditional filmmaking techniques and cutting-edge technology allowed the creative team to achieve their vision for the Pride Lands in a way that resonated with both old fans and newcomers alike. The first notable aspect of the film's production is its heavy reliance on CGI, computer-generated imagery, to bring the majestic world of the Pride Lands to life. While the original Lion King, 1994, used hand-drawn animation, Mufasa, The Lion King opts for hyper-realistic 3D animation, pushing the boundaries of technology to create a fully immersive visual experience. The decision to use CGI was not just for the sake of visual spectacle, but also to enhance the emotional connection audiences feel with the characters. Each lion, from Mufasa to Scar, was painstakingly animated to capture the tiniest nuances of their physical movements and expressions. The animators used motion capture technology to record the movements of real animals, which were then translated into digital models. This technique allowed the filmmakers to create lifelike creatures with a depth and realism that made the film feel as though the animals were truly alive. The vast landscapes of the Pride Lands were also brought to life using CGI. The filmmakers took inspiration from real-world African savannas, ensuring that the locations not only looked realistic but were also imbued with an authentic sense of place. The textures of the grasslands, the rugged cliffs of Pride Rock, and the dense forests were meticulously detailed, providing the backdrop for the emotional highs and lows of the story. The breathtaking imagery of these natural environments was enhanced by the film's dynamic camera work, which was designed to capture the scope and grandeur of the Pride Lands in a way that was both awe-inspiring and intimate. The camera moves fluidly from sweeping aerial shots of the savanna to tight close-ups of the characters, highlighting the contrast between the vastness of the world and the personal struggles of the characters within it. One of the standout filmmaking techniques used in Mufasa, The Lion King, was the integration of advanced sound design. From the moment the film begins, the audience is enveloped in a rich tapestry of sound that sets the tone for the entire experience. The sound design in this film is essential to creating an immersive atmosphere, grounding the fantastical world in reality. The roaring winds, the rustling of leaves, the distant calls of animals, all these subtle sounds contribute to the film's sense of realism. The use of sound also serves to heighten the emotional stakes of the film. In moments of tension, such as during the climactic battle or when Mufasa faces personal doubts, the sound design becomes more intense, with deep rumbles and the sounds of thunder underscoring the emotional turmoil of the characters. The film's soundscape is also filled with moments of delicate beauty, such as the gentle rustling of the leaves in the forest or the soft murmur of the water flowing in a river. These moments of stillness contrast sharply with the louder, more chaotic sounds of conflict, emphasizing the themes of peace and harmony in the natural world. The use of sound is not just a technical achievement. It's an emotional tool that enhances the audience's connection to the story and the characters. The sounds of the Pride Lands are not simply background noise. They are integral to the storytelling, providing an additional layer of meaning to the visuals. Editing played a pivotal role in shaping the pacing and emotional rhythm of the film. The editing choices were essential in managing the film's intricate narrative, which spans several years and transitions between different emotional states. The film's structure moves seamlessly between moments of high action and emotional introspection, using editing to control the flow of time and space. One of the most notable aspects of the film's editing is its ability to create a sense of anticipation. Through the use of sharp cuts, transitions, and slow-motion sequences, the filmmakers were able to build tension, especially in moments where Mufasa faces critical decisions. These decisions are often foreshadowed through careful editing, allowing the audience to feel the weight of Mufasa's journey before it reaches its emotional climax. The pacing of the film also allowed the filmmakers to take full advantage of its visual storytelling. There are moments of slow, deliberate editing that invite the audience to fully absorb the beauty of the landscapes and the depth of the characters' emotions. In contrast, the action scenes are edited with quick cuts, creating a sense of urgency and excitement. This balance between stillness and action is a hallmark of the film's editing, ensuring that the emotional beats resonate deeply with the audience while also keeping them engaged with the thrilling moments of action and conflict. Camera work was another essential tool in shaping the film's atmosphere. The cinematography of Mufasa, The Lion King, is one of its most striking features, with sweeping vistas and intimate close-ups that convey both the grandeur of the Pride Lands and the personal struggles of the characters. One of the most memorable aspects of the film's camera work is the use of aerial shots to showcase the vastness of the savannah and the Pride Lands. These sweeping shots, often accompanied by soaring music, create a sense of majesty and scale, making the audience feel as if they are witnessing something monumental. The camera work also shifts to more intimate, grounded shots during emotional scenes, such as Mufasa's quiet moments of reflection or his interactions with his family. These close-ups are crucial for drawing the audience into the emotional lives of the characters and allowing them to connect with Mufasa's journey on a deeper level. The use of lighting in the cinematography also plays a significant role in shaping the film's mood. Throughout the film, the lighting shifts to reflect the emotional tone of the scene. In moments of peace and serenity, the lighting is warm and golden, evoking a sense of hope and tranquility. In moments of tension or danger, the lighting becomes cooler and more muted, with darker shadows and harsher contrasts that emphasize the looming threats and the internal conflicts of the characters. This visual language allows the filmmakers to guide the audience's emotional response and helps reinforce the themes of the film. Filmmaking techniques and box office production are intricately intertwined in Mufasa, The Lion King. The innovative techniques used in the film not only helped bring the world of the Pride Lands to life, but also contributed significantly to the film's overall success at the box office. The film was a technical marvel, and its groundbreaking use of CGI, sound, editing, and cinematography attracted a broad audience who were eager to experience the next chapter in the Lion King saga. The production quality, combined with the emotional depth of the story, made Mufasa, The Lion King a commercial success, appealing to both longtime fans and new viewers alike. Upon its release, the film quickly became a cultural phenomenon, raking in millions at the global box office. The stunning visuals and sophisticated use of technology helped elevate the Lion King franchise to new heights, attracting both fans of the original films and a new generation of moviegoers who were captivated by the modern filmmaking techniques. The film's success at the box office also reflected the growing demand for high-quality animated films, especially those that pushed the boundaries of technology and storytelling. In conclusion, Mufasa, The Lion King is a triumph of filmmaking, blending cutting-edge technology with traditional storytelling techniques to create a truly immersive cinematic experience. The careful use of CGI, sound design, editing, and camera work helped to shape the film's atmosphere, ensuring that it not only captured the majesty and beauty of the Pride Lands but also deepened the emotional resonance of the characters and themes. The technical achievements of the film, combined with its strong narrative and memorable characters, played a crucial role in its box office success. The film's innovative approach to filmmaking sets a new standard for animated films, proving that the legacy of the Lion King franchise continues to thrive in the modern cinematic landscape. In Mufasa, The Lion King, 2024, the filmmakers assembled a remarkable cast of actors who brought their unique talents to the screen, ensuring that the beloved world of the Pride Lands was infused with new energy while remaining true to its origins. Aaron Pierre, who portrays Mufasa, is at the heart of the film's emotional core. Known for his compelling performances in projects such as The Underground Railroad and Shaka King, Pierre imbues Mufasa with a quiet strength, conveying both his vulnerability and nobility. Throughout the film, his voice work beautifully captures Mufasa's internal struggle as he grapples with the responsibility of kingship and the challenges of his upbringing. Pierre's portrayal stands as a testament to his range as an actor, taking on a role that is both iconic and deeply personal. The actor spoke in interviews about the emotional connection he felt to the character and how he approached the responsibility of voicing such a legendary figure. He revealed that his inspiration for Mufasa came from his own experiences with family, community, and the universal quest for belonging. Mufasa's journey is one of discovery and strength, Pierre shared. I wanted to ensure that every line I spoke came from a place of authenticity and emotional truth. Alongside Pierre, Kelvin Harrison Jr. brings life to Taka, Mufasa's adoptive brother who becomes Scar. Harrison's portrayal is layered with complexity, as Taka's jealousy and resentment slowly transform into bitterness and malice. The actor's nuanced performance gives the character an edge, making Scar more than just a villain but a tragic figure who struggles with his own sense of worth. Harrison, who is known for his work in Waves and the Trial of the Chicago 7, expressed in interviews that playing Scar allowed him to explore the complexities of sibling rivalry, ambition, and the destructive power of envy. Taka's journey is one of heartbreak and loss, Harrison explained. He's not just a villain, he's a product of his environment, and I wanted to reflect that in every moment I played. Mads Mikkelsen lends his voice to Kyros, the film's antagonist, bringing a sense of gravitas and menace to the character. Known for his roles in Hannibal and Doctor Strange, Mikkelsen's voice work in Mufasa, The Lion King, is nothing short of chilling. Kyros is a calculated and ruthless leader, and Mikkelsen's deep, resonant voice adds to the character's dangerous allure. In interviews, Mikkelsen spoke about how he approached the role by focusing on the character's intelligence and manipulative nature. Kyros is not your typical villain, he explained. He's a strategist, a mastermind. I wanted to portray him as someone who is always thinking 3 steps ahead. Kristen Wiig, known for her comedic roles in films like Bridesmaids and Ghostbusters, brings an unexpected depth to Sarabi, Mufasa's mate. Her portrayal of Sarabi is both tender and strong, balancing the character's love for Mufasa with her role as a mother and advisor. Sarabi's strength is showcased through Wiig's ability to infuse the character with warmth and vulnerability, making her a central emotional anchor in the story. In interviews, Wiig shared how she drew from her own experiences as a mother and a partner to bring Sarabi's character to life. Sarabi is the heart of the Pride Lands, Wiig explained. She's not just the king's wife, she's a leader in her own right, and I wanted to ensure that I portrayed her as both a protector and a nurturing presence. One of the most anticipated aspects of the film was the return of iconic voices from the original Lion King films, including John Connie as Rafiki, the wise and eccentric mandrill who serves as Mufasa's spiritual guide. Connie, who voiced Rafiki in the live-action adaptation of The Lion King, 2019, reprises his role with the same infectious energy and wisdom. Rafiki's presence in Mufasa, The Lion King, is pivotal, as he helps guide Mufasa through moments of doubt and uncertainty. Connie's interviews focused on the importance of Rafiki's philosophy in the film, explaining how Rafiki's wisdom serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of life. Rafiki believes in the circle of life, and his role in Mufasa's journey is to remind him of the bigger picture, Connie shared. He's the one who helps Mufasa see beyond his own struggles and understand the importance of family and community. In addition to these standout performances, Mufasa, The Lion King, features a wide array of talented voice actors who contribute to the richness of the world. From the wise King Obei, voiced by James Earl Jones, to Zazu, voiced by the ever-reliable Seth Rogen, the film's cast ensures that every character has a distinct and memorable presence. Each actor brings their own unique flair to their role, further enriching the story and creating a dynamic and diverse ensemble. Behind the scenes, the cast and crew formed a tight-knit, collaborative group, often sharing stories of their experiences working together. The creative process for Mufasa, The Lion King, was one that emphasized teamwork and mutual respect, with directors and producers encouraging the cast to explore the depths of their characters and bring their own interpretations to the roles. One particularly surprising behind-the-scenes story came from Kristen Wiig, who shared how she formed a special bond with her fellow actors, especially with Aaron Pierre. "Working with Aaron was incredible," Wiig said. "He brought so much emotional depth to Mufasa. We spent a lot of time together, not just recording lines but talking about the characters and the themes of the film. It was such a collaborative experience." Another memorable behind-the-scenes moment came during a scene that required a great deal of physicality from the cast. The filmmakers used motion capture technology to create realistic and lifelike movements for the animals, and the actors had to perform their lines while wearing motion capture suits. This led to some amusing moments, as the actors had to adjust to the physical demands of performing in such suits. Mads Mikkelsen recalled a particularly funny moment during a scene in which Kiros confronts Mufasa. "I had to wear this suit with sensors all over my body," Mikkelsen laughed. "At one point, I was doing this intense scene, and the suit kept making weird noises. I think we all got a good laugh out of it, but it also helped get us into character." Audience reviews of Mufasa, The Lion King have been overwhelmingly positive, with fans praising the film's emotional depth, stunning visuals, and captivating performances. The film has struck a chord with both longtime fans of the Lion King franchise and new viewers, many of whom have expressed their admiration for the way the film explores Mufasa's backstory. One fan on social media wrote, "I never thought I needed a Mufasa origin story, but this film blew me away. The way it deepens his character and adds layers to the Lion King mythology is incredible." Another fan shared, "The cast is phenomenal. Aaron Pierre as Mufasa is perfect, and Kelvin Harrison Jr. gave such an amazing performance as Scar. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time." Critics have also praised the film for its ability to blend nostalgia with new storytelling, creating a film that feels both familiar and fresh. Many have highlighted the film's thematic exploration of leadership, family, and identity, noting how these themes are explored in a way that resonates with contemporary audiences. One critic wrote, "The film takes the story of Mufasa and makes it deeply personal, showing us the struggles he faced before becoming the king we know and love. It's a powerful exploration of identity and responsibility." As Mufasa, The Lion King continues to make waves in cinemas worldwide. The film's cast and crew reflect on their journey, proud of the impact their work has had. The film has already proven to be a box office success, drawing audiences of all ages and proving that the legacy of the Lion King franchise is far from over. With its strong performances, breathtaking animation, and emotional storytelling, Mufasa, The Lion King is a fitting continuation of the saga that began with the original Lion King in 1994. As the film continues to be celebrated by audiences and critics alike, it's clear that Mufasa, The Lion King will remain a beloved addition to the Lion King universe for years to come. The performances of the cast, the collaborative spirit of the production, and the deeply resonant story all contribute to its lasting impact. With the film's success, it's exciting to think about what future stories may emerge from the world of the Pride Lands. For now, though, Mufasa, The Lion King stands as a shining example of how new generations can continue to tell stories that resonate with universal themes of family, identity, and leadership. As we reach the end of our deep dive into Mufasa, The Lion King, 2024, it's impossible not to reflect on just how monumental this film is within the broader Lion King legacy. From the careful crafting of its characters to the stunning visuals that bring the Pride Lands to life, this movie does more than just expand the franchise. It deepens it in ways that will resonate with audiences for years to come. At the heart of this film is the captivating story of Mufasa, masterfully portrayed by Aaron Pierre. His journey, from an orphan cub raised by the royal family to the wise and compassionate leader of the Pride Lands, is a narrative that not only enriches the existing Lion King universe but also serves as an inspiring tale of identity, responsibility, and resilience. This origin story brings a fresh perspective to Mufasa's character, showing us the emotional and personal struggles that shaped the king we know and love. Pierre's performance is nothing short of extraordinary, capturing Mufasa's quiet strength, vulnerability, and ultimate nobility. Of course, no story is complete without its antagonist, and the complex character of Taka, Scar, voiced by Kelvin Harrison Jr., provides the perfect foil to Mufasa's heroism. Taka's descent into jealousy, betrayal, and self-loathing is portrayed with such emotional depth that it makes him not just a villain, but a tragic figure. Harrison's nuanced performance brings humanity to Taka, allowing us to understand the motivations behind his eventual corruption. In the larger narrative, Taka's transformation into Scar is integral to Mufasa's journey and sets the stage for the larger conflicts that shape the Lion King world. Meanwhile, Mads Mikkelsen's portrayal of Kiros adds a unique layer to the film as an external threat to Mufasa's growing kingdom. Kiros's cold and calculating nature adds a sense of danger and urgency, making Mufasa's leadership more complex and testing his convictions in ways that were not seen in the original film. Mickelson's chilling voice performance makes Kiros a memorable antagonist whose actions have far-reaching consequences for Mufasa and his family. This new character enriches the overall plot and gives audiences a new dimension to explore in the Lion King mythology. At the heart of Mufasa's journey is his relationship with Sarabi, beautifully voiced by Kristen Wiig. Sarabi serves as both a loving partner and a wise advisor to Mufasa. Wiig brings a grounded and heartfelt quality to the character, showcasing Sarabi's strength and wisdom as she helps guide Mufasa through his trials. The dynamic between the two is central to the film's emotional resonance, and it's clear that Sarabi's support is one of the pillars that hold Mufasa up during his most challenging moments. The movie also shines a spotlight on the importance of family, with Mufasa's reunion with his biological mother, Afia, providing an emotional and cathartic moment in the film. This reunion helps Mufasa reconnect with his roots, reaffirming the strength of his familial bonds. The film emphasizes that while the Pride Lands is a kingdom of grandeur, it is the love and support of family that truly sustains Mufasa's reign. Another highlight of the movie is the return of beloved characters like Rafiki, once again voiced by the incomparable John Connie, who brings his wisdom and mysticism to the narrative. Rafiki's role as a spiritual guide for Mufasa is as profound as ever, reminding him of the interconnectedness of all life and his responsibility to the circle of life. Connie's portrayal adds a layer of gravitas to the film, making Rafiki's words resonate deeply with both Mufasa and the audience. The film's stunning animation is another critical element that stands out. The Pride Lands, brought to life with vivid colors, breathtaking landscapes, and detailed character designs, feel alive in a way that mirrors the richness of the original Lion King film. From sweeping savannas to the intimate moments in the jungle, the filmmakers create an immersive world that feels both familiar and new. The visual storytelling supports the emotional and thematic elements of the plot, enhancing the sense of grandeur and intimacy that is so vital to the film's success. The sound design and music also play an integral role in Mufasa, the Lion King. The musical score, composed by Hans Zimmer, echoes the majestic themes of the original movie while introducing new motifs that reflect Mufasa's unique journey. The score heightens the emotional moments, amplifying the sense of awe and wonder as Mufasa embraces his destiny. The film also features songs that pay homage to the original's iconic soundtrack, reimagining them in a way that feels fresh but still familiar. The sound design captures the essence of the Pride Lands, from the sounds of the jungle to the roar of Mufasa's leadership, making the world feel tangible and alive. The production itself was a remarkable undertaking, with behind-the-scenes challenges that were as monumental as the film's storyline. The animation team worked tirelessly to ensure that the characters' movements were realistic while also capturing the essence of the animals they were portraying. The voice cast was equally integral to the creation of the film, as they worked together to bring the characters to life with passion and dedication. Filming in motion capture suits, which was a new and experimental process for the team, required precision and creativity, but the result was a stunning representation of the Pride Lands that stayed true to the original while pushing the boundaries of modern filmmaking.